20 years from now, what will be that you are not going to always have a calculator in your pocket? And what if your phone doesn't have service? I have a right to online privacy. Fingers crossed. Finish your food. There are people in Africa starving. You're not always going to have autopilot in your car. Clean air doesn't grow on trees. You are always going to have a calculator in your pocket. There's plenty more fish in the sea. Won't make sense. You will not always have Mumbo number 5. You won't always be living with your parents. What's the Wi-Fi password? You're not always going to be able to access your brain's memory files. Sometimes you may need to remember things off the cuff. You better actually learn this because your Neuralink won't work on Mars. Teachers saying, you're not allowed to use a Wikipedia article. We don't have computers like we used to back in 2020. Learn to do mental arithmetic. You're not always going to have a strong Wi-Fi signal in your brain chip. Bold of you to assume we are still gonna be alive 20 years from now. Close the door, you're gonna let all the cold out. ITT people who don't get it. You're not always going to have an augmented reality smart monocle affixed to the side of your head. You won't always have a gas station. Electric cars are coming, folks. Closing parenthesis. Being in front of that damn computer won't get you a job. Unfortunately, you're not always going to be able to go out and see people. COVID, loss of ozone, increased pollution. You think we're gonna teach you history before the exams? Look that shit up on your own time. You're not always going to have someone to clean up after you. Robot Butler has entered the chat. Alexa won't always be there. You're not always gonna have access to the emergency cloning network. President Trump won't always be there to solve your problems for you. There is no war in Ba Sing Se . You won't always have a fish stick in your pocket. So many people didn't understand OP's question. It makes me sad. The chip in your brain will not always work. We used to have sex with real people, lol, not a bang machine. 5000 probably. This restaurant doesn't deliver, although hopefully not, because we end up with another global pandemic so fucking soon. No, my car is a manual. Phone battery dead. If we had universal basic income, who would still go to work? We can dream, can't we? You are not always going to have a gun in your truck. You're not going to always have currency notes in your wallet, probably, assuming everyone shifts towards electronic payment. You won't always have a power station nearby. What if there is a power outage? In response to people who buy pure electric, not hybrid cars. You're not always going to have clean water. In 20 years, driving, manual, and automatic will have a different meaning with the advent of self-driving cars. You gotta learn to drive. 20 years from now no one is driving. Corona alarm and face gas mask. Those glasses will not always be there to give you directions. Your surrogate body might break one day. You should learn how to walk IRL. You won't always have your AI assistant. Hopefully, unemployment will always be an issue. You better learn how to spell. The automated spell checker in the Neuralink will not be there all the time. You will not always have this earth. And what if your car runs out of electric en route? Argument for keeping phone maps. And what if your self-driving car breaks DOWM and you have no idea where you are? What if your car runs out of gas? You can't just Google your problems, probably. You won't always get free oxygen. I'm extremely cynical. And what if your phone runs out of battery? You're not going to have internet access everywhere. I can't do your job. Like the optimism here, but I think you guys are forgetting how 2020 has been so far. You can't just make stuff appear out of thin air, you know. Asterisk 3D printer go burr. You're not always going to have that internet chip in your brain. Oh, I guess you will. Never mind. You're not always going to have a conveniently timed lockdown. You need a college degree to be successful. You won't always have your teleporter, hopefully. Closing parenthesis. Make it 20 and it will be. You won't be able to just carry around your friendly AI. Please help me find a better name. Everywhere. Text-based search. You're not always going to have your Shrek DVD with you at all times. Is this some kind of smart people question I'm too stupid to understand? I mean, I did give up on the sciences, but this is just... You're not always gonna be able to escape reality in a VR world. Getting a car license because of self-driving cars. You're not always going to have a smart cube brain implant network connection. That's fucking stupid. Of course we will. You are not always gonna have the vaccine in your pocket. You are not always going to have Scenario 7. Robots won't always be there to make you your food. You are not always going to have a flashlight on you. The pocket is already here, cool. You are not going to always have Smooth by Santana featuring Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20. Where's the mask? Swipe a card to pay for stuff. Carry cash. I guess no wallet either. You won't always have access to the internet, that's why general knowledge of important Billy. GTA 6 will eventually come out. How are you going to get around a foreign country if you don't know the language? You'll need to work for your money. Phones don't assemble themselves. You're not going to always have a plug in your butt. Quote. Don't forget to share, like and subscribe for more content.